Hare Krishna. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhupada.
Yeah. So, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskritya Naram Jaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Yajamudhirayat Nashta Prayeshu Badreshu Nityam Bhāgavata-sevayā Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 9, from verse 11. One second. यदा तु परताहारं कर्मवेतनता इहमाना स्वभ्रातृभिरपि केदार कर्मणि निरूपितः तत् अपि करोति किन्तु न शमं विषमं न्यूनम् अधिकम् इति वेदकण पिण्याक फलीकरण कुष्माश कुल्माष स्थालीपुरीशादिनी अपि अमृतवद् अभ्यवहरति. Jada Bharat used to work only for food. His stepbrothers took advantage of this and engaged him in the agricultural field work in exchange for some food. But actually, he did not know how to work very well in the field. He did not know where to spread dirt or where to make the ground level or uneven. His brothers used to give him broken rice, oil cake, the chaff of rice, warm eaten grains, and burned grains that had stuck to the pot, but he gladly accepted all this as if it were nectar. He did not hold any grudges and ate all this very gladly. अतः कदाचित् कश्चित् वृषलपतिर्भद्रकाल्यै पुरुषपशुम् आलभतापत्य कामः. At this time, being desirous of obtaining a son, a leader of dacoits who came from a Shudra family wanted to worship the goddess Bhadrakali by offering her in sacrifice a dull man who is considered no better than an animal. तस्य हि दैवमुक्तस्य पशोः पदवीं तद् अनुचराः परिधावन्तो निशीथसमये तमसावृतायाम् अनादिगता पशवा आकस्मिकेन विधिना केदारान् वीरसनेन मृगावराहादिभ्यः संरक्ष्यमाणम् अङ्गिरः प्रवरः सुतः. Apasyan, the leader of the dacoits, captured a man animal for sacrifice, but he escaped, and the leader ordered his followers to find him. They ran in different directions but could not find him. Wandering here and there in the middle of the night, covered by the dense darkness, they came to a paddy field where they saw the exalted son of the Angira family, Jada Bharata, who was sitting in an elevated place guarding the field against the attacks of deers and wild pigs. अतः त एनम् अनवद्यलक्षणम् अवमृश्य भर्तृ कर्मनिष्पत्तिं मन्यमाना बद्ध्वा रसनाया चण्डिका गृहम् उपनिन्योर्मुदा विकसितवदनाः. The followers and servants of the dacoits chief considered Jadabharata to possess qualities quite suitable for a man animal, and they decided that he was a perfect choice for sacrifice. Their faces bright with happiness, they bound him with ropes and brought him to the temple of goddess Kali. अतः पणयस्तं स्व विधिनाभ्यच्याहतेन वाचसाच्छाद्य भूषणाल्लेपनसृक्तिलकादिभिरुपस्कृतं भुक्त्वा भुक्त्वा भुक्तवन्तं धूपदीपमाल्यालाजा किशलयाङ्कुर फलोपरारोपेतया वैशसस् वैशस संस्थया महता गीतास्तुति मृदङ्गपणव घोषेण च पुरुष पशुं भद्रकाल्यां पुरत उपवेशयाम आशुः. After this, all the thieves, according to their imaginative ritual for killing animalistic men, bathed Jadabharat, dressed him in a new clothes, decorated him with ornaments befitting an animal, smeared his body with scented oils, and decorated him with tilaka, sandalwood pulp, and garlands. They fed him sumptuously and then brought him before the goddess Kali, offering her incense, lamps, garlands, parched again, newly grown twigs, sprouts, fruits, and flowers. In this way, they worshipped the deity before killing the man animal, and they vibrated sounds and prayers and played drums and bugles. Jada Bharat was then made to sit down before the deity. अथ वृषलराजा पणिः पुरुषा पशोर् असृग् आसवेन देवीं भद्रकालीं यस्य मानः तद् अभिमन्त्रितम् असिम् अति कराळनिशितम् उपाददे. At this time, one of the thieves, acting as a chief priest, was ready to offer the blood of Jadabharat, whom they imagined to be an animal man, to the goddess Kali to drink as a liquor. He therefore took up a very fearsome sword, which was very sharp, and consecrating it by the mantra of Bhadrakali, raised to kill Jadabharata. इति तेषां वृषलानां रजस्तमस्प्रकृतीनां धनमदरज उत्सिक्त मनसां भगवतकला वीरकुलं कदर्तीकृतोत्पतेन स्वैरं विहरतां हिंसा विहाराणां कर्मातिदारुणं यद्ब्रह्मभूतस्य साक्षात् ब्रह्मर्षिसुतस्य निर्वैरस्य सर्वभूतसुहृत्सूनायाम् अपि अननुमतम् आलम्बनं तत् उपलभ्य ब्रह्मतेजसाति तेजसाति दुर्विषहेण दण्डह्यमानेन वपुषा सहोसोच्चाट सैव देवी भद्रकाली. All the rogues and thieves who had made arrangements for the worship of goddess Kali were low-minded and bounded to the modes of passion and ignorance. They were overpowered by the desire to become very rich. Therefore, they had the audacity to disobey the injunctions of the Vedas, so much so that they were being prepared to kill Jadabharat, a self-realized soul born in a Brahmana family. Due to their envy, these dacoits brought him before the goddess Kali for sacrifice. Such people are always addicted to envious activities, and therefore they dared to try to kill Jadabharata. Jadabharata was the best friend of all living entities. He was no one's enemy, and he was always absorbed in meditation on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He was in born of a good Brahmana father, and killing him was forbidden, even though he might have been an enemy or aggressive person. In any case, there was no reason to kill Jadabharat, and the goddess Kali could not bear this. She could immediately understand that these sinful dacoits were about to kill a great devotee of the Lord. Suddenly, the deity's body burst asunder, and the goddess Kali personally emerged from it, and in a body burning with an intense and intolerable effulgence. वृषम् अमर्ष रोषावेश रभसा विलसिता भ्रूकुटि विटप कुटिल दंष्ट्रारुणेक्षा नातोपाति भयानका वदना हन्तु कामे वेदं माहाट्टहासम् अति संरम्भेन विमुञ्चन्ति तत उत्पत्य पापी यसां दुष्टानां तेनैवासिना विवृग्न शीर्ष्णां galat shravantam asrag asavam atyushnam sahaganena nipiyati panamada vihvalochai shrava Shrai विह्वलोच्छैस्तरां स्वपार्षदैः सह जगुः जगौ ननर्त च विजहार सशिरः कन्दुकलीलया. Intolerant of the offences committed, the infuriated goddess Kali flashed her eyes and displayed her fierce, curved teeth. Her reddish eyes glowed and she displayed her fearsome features. She assumed a frightening body, as if she were prepared to destroy the entire creation. Leaping violently from the altar, she immediately decapitated all the rogues and thieves with the very sword with which they had intended to kill Jadabharata. She then began to drink the hot blood that flowed from the necks of the beheaded rogues and thieves as if this blood were liquor. Indeed, she drank this intoxicant with her associates who were witches and female demons. Becoming intoxicated with this blood, they all began to sing very loudly and dance as though prepared to annihilate the entire universe. At the same time, they began to play with the mm, heads of the rogues and thieves, tossing them about as if they were balls. एवम् एव खलु महद् अभिचाराति क्रमः कार्ष्णेनात्मने फलति. When an envious person commits an offense before a great personality, he is always punished in the way mentioned above. न वा एतद् विष्णुदत्त महदद्भुतं यद् असम्भ्रमः स्वशिरश्चेदन आपतिते अपि विमुक्तदेहादि आत्मा भावसुहृद् हृदय ग्रन्थीनां सर्वसत्त्वसुहृद् आत्मानं निर्वैराणां साक्षात् भगवतानिमीशारि वरायुधेनार्प्रमत्तेन तैस्तैर्भावै परिरक्ष्यमाणानां तत्पादमूलम् अकुटश्चित् भयम् उपसृतानां भागवत परमहंसानाम्. Shukadeva Goswami then said to Maharaj Parikshit, O Vishnudatta, those who already know that the soul is separate from the body, who are liberated from the invincible knot of the heart, in the heart, who are always engaged in welfare activities for all living entities and who never contemplate harming anyone, are always protected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead who carries his disc, the Sudarshan Chakra, and acts as supreme time to kill the demons and protect his devotees. The devotees always take shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord. Therefore, at all times, even if threatened by decapitation, they remain unagitated. For them, this is not at all wonderful. Hare Krishna. So this way we, okay. This way we can understand the, one second, please. Um, okay. Anyway. Okay, so this we are covering the remaining part of this ninth chapter from Srimad Bhagavatam, fifth canto, and this gives a very important message. What is that? Yeah, in the fifth canto, ninth chapter, from verse 11. Let's go straight to that. Yeah, Jada Bharatna, he used to work only for food. Very interesting, right? This is what also is said here. What is he doing? In the 11th verse, it is said, Jarabharat, he did not know where to spread dirt and all these things. What he was doing, he did not hold any grudges and ate all this very gladly. Huh? He, Jarabharat used to work only for food. That is the first line in the 11th verse. Hmm? Usually people say, we should not um, live to eat, but we should eat to live. Hmm? And here we see that Jarabharat is only eating. No, no other kama vancha. He had no other desire. He only had one desire, just to maintain the body. So that because the body is so important to practice bhakti, that's why he was just very careful. He didn't just misuse the body. Sometimes one may say here, now hmm, now I have become devotee. Let me let me give up this body. Sometimes someone may have this interest. No, it's not approved here. It's a no other kamavan, no interest in Vishaya. He is not food. He wants to just maintain his body. And taking this opportunity, brothers put him into agriculture. Uh, Neither he had experience how to work in fields, no problem. We just want, because if you remember, the description of Jada Bharat was he was very tall, very stout, and long hands, very stout body. One may think, okay, if he, at least because he is eating at home, he should do something. Sometimes now, out of envy, this is what is mentioned here. Out of envy, what happens is one is um, um, always thinking what to benefit from someone. Always, if someone comes into our life, immediate mind will spin around and say, what is the best I can make? Whether it is spiritual benefit, sometimes material benefit, sometimes selfish benefit, whether it is spiritual or material, we don't know. Always look for something. Uh, Brothers put him into agriculture, no experience with working in the field. His brothers gave broken food. What is that? Broken rice, burned rice, which are stick to the pot. But he ate very, very nicely, like sweet. Hmm. He accepted all as a nectar and ate very gladly. So in the purport, Prabhupada mentions that Bharat Maharaj is determined to finish his business in this material world and didn't care for world of duality. This is very important. If really we are desperate, if we really are serious, if we know, yes, 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 I want to practice bhakti, how to practice bhakti, this is possible, that we should understand that it should be substantial, not superficial. Our bhakti should be so substantial that it really makes us advance in devotion. It's not like, okay, superficial. Okay, one day I had one round of Kantimala, next day I have two rounds, and afterwards I have three rounds, and then there is, what is this? Oh, this is nice. Dollar. See, nice show. One day tilak, one day nice shika, one day nice kurta, dhoti, sari, and all these things. Yes. What is this? This is kind of a bit. This is needed. It's not needed because it has its own importance. But what importance is inside? How are we becoming gradually developing devotion? And here Jada Bharat, in this case, is Prabhupada is writing, Bharat Maharaj, he was determined that he want to finish his business in this world forever, not for this life, forever. One has to understand that this material world of duality, to think that this is good or that is bad, is simply a mental concoction. And of course, Prabhupada, I think in this, yeah, it's very important. In the 11th verse, in the last line, he says, however, one should not imitate this consciousness. One should not actually be situated on the spiritual platform of neutrality. Sorry, one should actually. So one should really understand. Yeah, one can't just simply go and do whatever he want. Hmm? And then what happened when one fine day there were dacoits for arranging the marriage of for getting his daughter a good alliance for marriage. You see, if someone not getting marriage, there is this all hmm, techniques one can follow. Hmm. One need not do all what is it called, dating apps, which all slowly gets into mating apps. Actually, the purpose was meeting app. You know, when the Christian church were started this concept of dating, the idea was that the church father will be there, and the girl and the boy come together to in the presence of the father, or maybe in the same place where father is little away. Yeah, why? Otherwise, he will just die hearing to what the young boy and girls will discuss. So the purpose was that they can come together in an open forum that they can discuss, understand each other before getting married. That was the concept of dating, which is actually meeting together to talk. And it's slowly co-living, coexistence. No, what is the other things? Anyway, so many concepts came. Um, So here, for the leader of the dacoits, he wanted his daughter to get married, and some Brahman would have told, "Hey, if you do this, yeah, if you please Kali Ma, Mother Kali is all merciful. Huh? How is she merciful? Yes, come on. What you have to do, just cut a animal man or man animal, cut him and offer it, and Durga Devi will be pleased because she is going to get that. She's she's come on ferociously looking and enjoys the liquor of blood. This is how, and then they needed and desire leads to karma. Here we can see because Deckard has the desire, and then what is happening? Huh? He's doing something. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, and good karma or bad karma is entangling. Huh? So they needed an animal in the shape of a man. Actually, they were looking for a bakra. A bakra means a goat, of course, but not a goat like a real goat. But they wanted a man who is very dull-headed, like a goat. In it is said proper in Kali Yuga, this is so easy to find bakras, isn't it? That's the only business. A bakra is looking for someone else to make him a bakra. This is bakra business going on, and bakwas business is going on, and in this way, the leader captured a man as a scapegoat, bakra, and this bakra escaped somehow, and they are looking for a different bakra, and in this process of that somehow they became bakra. In the end we will know why, because they got cheated, because they thought this guy is a dull guy, but in the end they were foolish to think he is dull. They caught him, Jada Bharat, who was guarding in the field against the attacks of deers and wild pigs. They took him, and uh, in the purport, Prabhupada mentions in some parts of India, animalistic men are still sacrificed before the goddess Kali. However, such a sacrifice is only performed by Shudras and dacoits. Their business is to plunder the wealthy and to become successful. They offer an animalistic man before the goddess Kali. It should be noted that they never satisfy an intelligent man before the goddess. Uh, so Bharat Maharaj appeared deaf and dumb, and yet he was most intelligent hmm, man in the world. Nonetheless, being completely surrendered to the Lord, he remained in that condition and did not protest. He simply depended on the supreme personality of Godhead. Huh? Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur describes surrender unto the Supreme Lord in this way. Marabi Rakabi Yo Ichha Tohara Nityadasa Prati Tuya Adhikara. Means, in the translation, Prabhupada is writing, My Lord, I am now surrendered unto you. I am your eternal servant, and if you like, you can kill me, or if you like, you can protect me. In any case, I am fully surrendered unto you. Going further, and then swa vidhina, and then vidhi means, let me find swa vidhina, according to their own ritualistic principles. Vidhi means process, procedures. Swavidhina means man-made, speculated, whatever they like. They think this is right. So Swavidhina, they bathed him, dressed him in new clothes, decorated him with ornaments, befitting an animal, smeared his body with scented oils, decorated with tilak, sandalwood pulp, garlands, fed him sumptuously. Huh? Brought him before goddess Kali, and worshipped the deity. Made him to sit down before the deity. In the purport, Prabhupada is mentioning Swavidhina is according to their own ritualistic principles, not even tantric. Not even tantric. Yeah, if you go into the 11th Canto, 10th chapter, verse 12 or 22. 12, I think. There is a description of, yeah, I think 12 to 14. Yeah, these are the two verses. There's a description of how to worship a murti. Archana, no? To archa murti, how one should perform. There is this description, one just don't create whatever he want. There are different levels, and tantric is also one level, but one may think they are doing tantric, but they create their own way of worship, and that's called it's not even approved tantric. It's not even in tamasic shastra, not as very regulative principles in the shastra. So in this way one is creating that. Prabhupada writes in that the tamasic shastras give instructions for the sacrifice of an animal like a goat or a buffalo before the goddess Kali, but there is no mention of killing a man, however dull he may be. So this is what they wanted to create. Someone would have said something and they would have took it. Actually, the Shastras aim at putting an end to these abominable activities, but they impart some regulative principles so that gradually meat eating eaters and sex hunters will be rectified. Yeah, I mean, this purport gives more further explanation. What is the purpose? And then you know what? They took the sword, they want to kill, and immediately Durga Devi, she burst out of the Murti form. Huh? And she took the same sword and then she wanted to kill. Uh, Goddess Kali did not tolerate the mistreatment to a devotee. This shows the position of a devotee. In fact, in the purport, Prabhupada mentions according to Vedic injunctions, only an aggressor can be killed. Who is an aggressor? Anyway, we'll come. If a person comes with an intent to kill, one can immediately take action and kill in self defense. This is what is aggressor. If someone is coming to attack you unnecessarily, then you can attack him back. This is what Shastra is saying. It is also stated that one can be killed if he comes to set fire to the home or to pollute or kidnap one's wife. Lord Ramachandra killed the entire family of Ravana because Ravana kidnapped his wife Sita Devi. However, killing is not sanctioned in the Shastras for other purposes. The killing of animals in sacrifices to demigods who are expansions of the Lord is sanctioned for those who eat meat. This is a kind of restriction for meat eating. In other words, the slaughter of animals is also restricted by certain rules and regulations. It is not like one can just go on and eat because they like to eat more. Uh, you know, there are so many restaurants and hundreds of dishes offered, uh, hundreds of kinds of meat. What was that? There's a restaurant called Mongos, yeah, Mongolian restaurant. Yeah, they have all kinds of meat. They have crocodiles, they have pythons, they have monkeys, they have, oh my God, so many. They have, yeah. I don't know how they are bringing from their forest resort and all these. That's why people go to these so that they can taste. Wow, I never. They also have kangaroos. They also have deers. So many things, and they are running. They want to eat. So Srila Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur explains that due to Brahman effulgence of such a devotee as Jada Bharat, the deity was fractured. When this burst out, it is because of the power of the devotee. Only thieves and rogues in the mode of passion and ignorance and maddened by material opulence offer a man in sacrifice before goddess Kali. Even Durga Devi, she doesn't approve this. Srishti Sthiti Palaya Sadhar Shakti Rekha Chayeva Yasya Bhuvanani Vibharti Durga Ichhanurupa Api Asya Cha Chestate Sa Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So we can see how Durga Devi is related to Govinda, Sri Krishna. It says the external potency Maya, who is of the nature of shadow of Chit potency, is worshipped by all people as Durga, the creating, preserving, and destroying agency of this mundane world. So Mother Durga, she is creator, She is maintainer. She destroys this universe in which that's why it's called Devi Dhama. There is a place where Mother Durga stays, uh, and thus killed those rogues and thieves who were actually her worshippers. Isn't it very interesting? On one side, whom are they offering all these sacrifices? To their goddess. Who is she? Kali. They are worshipping. So, in fact, they are very nice devotees of Kali. But then, why did she punish them? Why did she kill them? Huh? It is said goddess Kali kills and punishes demons. That's her work. Huh? She tramples down. If you see mm, nice darshan of Kali, you can see that under her feet there is that she is trampling Mahishasura, the demon Mahisha, representing subduer of vice. And then, but who is saved then? If Durga is just killing whoever comes now, no sparing nothing. No, she is she saves whom? Devotees. So Durga Devi is the agency, potency of Govinda, who creates, preserves, and destroys mundane material universes to punish miscreants. In this verse number 18, the purport, it says demonic people worship Kali, goddess Durga, to obtain some material benefits. But they are not excused of the sin performed in the name of worship. To sacrifice a man or animal before the deity is specifically forbidden. Hmm. And it says when an envious person commits an offense before a before a great personality, he is always punished. So that's why what happened? She came. He was protected. Oi, oi, oi. Okay. I hope I'll finish the session in 5 minutes before my system restarts. So, because of his qualities, when the rogues tied him, took him, prepared him to kill him, and all these things, uh, then Jadabharat, he was very submissive to the will of the Supreme Lord and was always absorbed in remembering Krishna, that he remained unagitated both when he was about to be killed by the dacoits and when Mother Kali and the dacoits saved him. So this is the level of Mahabhagavat. He is definite. This is what is written. He is definitely Mahabhagavat. This reminds me of Prahlad Maharaj, who was totally absorbed in pure bhakti, getting pure bliss. Difference I see, I mean, in both is Prahlad Maharaj, he is beyond the limits of fear of fall down, but Bharat Maharaj tasted a fall down and ever cautious from the onwards. So both are Mahabhagavatas. This is what happens when devotees are there. We can't say every devotee is same level. A, B, C. If everyone is in the same room, we can't simply say everyone are same level. We have to appreciate what devotion in the devotee. Jada Bharat is saved from the thieves and rogues, saved from the stepbrother. Hmm? Hmm? So in this way, Lord has arranged such a way that he could come out of it. Devotion. Now, devotion without deviation. This is what he was doing. But it is over. He is uh, he had no interruption in his devotion now. There is no more his father asking him to follow the Vedas. There are no more brother and all the family who are asking him to work unnecessarily. He was all independent. And from here, this is very important twist that is going to take place in the life of Jada Bharat. And here also, because of that, we get to know the teachings of Jada Bharat. We have just inspired by the life of Jada Bharat. When Jada Bharat is opening his mouth, who is always not at all talking, being like a dumb, deaf, when he opens his mouth, the wisdom, words of wisdom flow like anything. Don't miss that. I think it will, during this week, definitely we will go through that. I won't say it will happen tomorrow itself. We will just start because it's a discussion between Jada Bharat and Rahugana, Maharaj Rahugana. Very, very nice. And in fact, there is this Kapila Muni. Maharaj Rahugana is going to Kapila Muni to take Sankhya philosophy to understand, yeah, like just like he is going to an ashram, Kapila ashram, to get knowledge, but he comes across this Jada Bharat and he gets totally different knowledge. Yep. Who is interested to join? Who want to spread this? Also, if others can join, feel free. Then we will meet us yeah, tomorrow 8:30. Thank you very much. At any moment, my system might restart because it's a forced shutdown. Are there any quick questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes,
Thank you,
please.
Prabhuji. So, did Jai Bharat had any guru, or did he accept anyone from in his life, or like he was because he anyway he remembered his previous life, so he had guru in his previous life, so that
Yeah, yeah.
was
Whatever he has learned, he has that Krishna gave blessing that he could remember.
okay.
Hmm.
So and also, Prabhuji, so there is no concept of Narbali in Shastra you mentioned, no?
No, no.
Okay.
That is even below the tamasic, not even tamasic. It's very uncultured. It's
Mhm.
called cultureless. Um, it doesn't come under the ashramas. It is below the ashramas. Uncivilized. Aryan and non-Aryan. Killing animals is non-Aryan.
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji.
Hmm. Okay. Other questions or comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare.
Uh, Prabhu, what does it mean when it says material world of duality? To think that this is good or this is bad
Mm-hmm.
is simply a mental concoction.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to stop thinking of in terms of like something is positive, something is negative, or okay. I think his system restarted.
Maybe I will give my phone to him. Yeah, 1 minute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, Prabhu.
So your question was, I forgot, sorry.
What does it mean that the material world what is it? Could you explain what is the dual nature of the material world,
Yeah.
and how do we
So
stop thinking in terms of something is good or
always,
bad?
always think on two polarities, that there is a plus and minus. There's always like happiness and distress. There's always hot and cold, all these kind of things. Thinking that there is a sense of two things or, yeah, extremes, which means if you do this, you'll get this. If you don't do this, you'll get something else. So there is always a cause and effect reaction, yeah, and all these things.
Mhm.
Whereas one who is above this material limits, he is not affected by any karma. A devotee doesn't accrue any results of what he's doing. Yeah, you're getting the point?
Yeah.
No, why? Because he is practicing a karma. Krishna is saying, if whatever you do is doing for me, then the result also, why will it go to you? Yeah, you're doing it for me, for my pleasure, for my satisfaction, for my service. Uh, so whatever result what you will get, whatever I will give, you will get it, isn't it? Just like you're working
Mm.
in a company. Is it that your customers are paying you or your boss is paying you?
The boss.
Yeah. Uh, Whether you are serving the mankind or all these things, but still if you are serving the master is the one who is rewarding, and then you are happy. If 10 people are giving you, what you will be just thinking, just like in a hotel, you are a servant. Is it called servant? Server, yeah. Whoever is coming, and afterwards he's asking some tips. Is he just happy if tips are given or the actual salary?
Salary.
Because even if he can 100, he might earn a lot in the tips. But when he is getting from his master appreciation, and when his master is pleased and giving something, he'll be extremely happy. He'll be more satisfied. Yeah. And now the question again comes: is satisfaction something? Then is it material or spiritual? Huh? After all, Aditya Prabhu, you are doing devotion, you are doing bhakti, and if you are getting something, should you think that, oh, if it's coming happiness, it is because of duality, you should not be taking it? Hmm? What should be our position as a devotee? Our position as a devotee is that we should understand that my main focus is that if Lord is pleased, that's enough. If I am pleased or not, that's okay. That is what is called selfless service. It's not that we are interested in what are we getting, we are interested in what the Lord should be offered. When we do that, yeah, we are not in the limits because we're not affected. Oh, it's no, I'm getting loss. I'm getting loss. I'm getting profit. We are not disturbed by loss and profit. Yeah.
Okay. So when the Lord is pleased, then everything falls into.
Yeah. I mean that is the only purpose.
Mm.
That is the only purpose. It's whether you are happy or not, we are happy or not, doesn't matter. The main thing is the Lord is pleased, then everything is taken care.
Okay.
Whether we are getting happiness or not, actually you will get anyway happiness. We can't say, because Krishna himself is saying, Sutsukam Kartumabhyam. If you come and do devotion, then what will happen? Sutsukam Kartumabhyam. It is very easy to practice bhakti, is so easy and also very joyfully performed. So Lord is already telling, if you do bhakti, you'll be happy. But we are not doing bhakti because we want to be happy. We are doing bhakti because that's our duty.
That's how you transcend the duality of
Yeah.
the. Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah, thank you. Any other questions, thoughts? Okay. Then then let us see us tomorrow 8:30, and we will cover 5th canto 10th chapter, and we will go through. I think it will take 3 days, so we can very nicely understand the devil inside us and the divine inside the devotee. We can understand these two things. Very good. Panchakalpatarabhyascha kripa sindhu patitanam पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Thank you very
Prabhuji.
much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.